Good evening! Horror and chaos be to you in the name of RUNIE Ruse! Now, lunatics, welcome one another as I shall welcome you. Hi! Hello, 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 hello! And welcome to the very last 4.5 miles of my 660 mile in total journey from the Shire all the way to Mount Doom. I have 4.5 miles left, and so I'm going to set my treadmill to 4.5 miles an hour, and then I'm going to start the hour timer, and then we'll get to count down when I reach the edge of where the One Ring was forged, so I can cast it into the fire. Or maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I get there. We'll see. What are we throwing in? It's a really great question. I mean, maybe you. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Don't tick me off. I won't let the eye see me. I won't. Happy birthday, RUNIE. Today is the day you destroy the One Ring, or keep it. Surely an evil woman has many uses for such great power. It's yours after all. Why shouldn't you? It's mine. After all, why shouldn't I keep it? Like, you know, we'll have to see where our journey takes us. One ruse to rule them all, one ruse to find them, one ruse to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. Can't think of a better person to decide the ring's fate. I've been with you since the start of the March to Mordor, and I'm so proud to see you finish it. Thank you! I guess I should give more context, maybe to people coming in who don't know what I'm doing. So I did a walking challenge. When did I start? Less than a year ago, I think. But the walking challenge basically is this little virtual event where it maps you through the Lord of the Rings world. So you follow Frodo's steps all the way from the Shire, you know, through Rivendell, through Moria, you know, all the way to Mount Doom. It's 660 miles total, and I have 4.5 miles left to complete. And after that, I will have completed the entire journey. I will be at Mount Doom, ready to destroy the ring, or maybe not. And I've been posting my journey with this online on my side account, RusedRunie. That's on Twitter. Twitter.com/RusedRunie. Wow! And so I thought that it would be fun to end it together with you guys. Happy Ruse Day! Thank you. Good evening, Miss Zuhuhu. I've come here to pay my monthly tax. Hope your day has been going well. Thank you. Day's been okay. Throw the Ring or Rings of Power Season 2 script into Mount Doom. If I had to choose, I think there is a lesser of those two evils, and you might be surprised which it is. You might be surprised. RUNIE, don't throw away my precious ring. It's mine. No, it's not. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. You mean to steal from me? The Black Rose Apostate? Are you crazy? Boss Baby was okay, but I did like the Maid Mint Phantom reference when the baby almost gets run over by the lady with her luggage in the airport. No, I do not know what you're talking about, my friend. Double checked. You started the thread on April 20th. April... Yeah. So less than a year for sure. Wow! That ring contains the Rings of Power scripts. Absolutely. No! No! Don't tell me that. This beautiful ring, my beautiful dear old ring that I love so much. There's no way. Are we stopping for taters, RUNIE? There's no time for taters. We're past the time for taters, okay? Listen, if the eye spots me, it's all over. We gotta go. There's no more Limbus bread. There's no more. This last 4.5 miles, we got nothing. No water, no Limbus bread. If you hear me drinking water, it's just an illusion. It's like a mirage, except an auditory mirage. It's not really happening. I'm actually dying over all the smoke you see. Unfortunately, can't watch at the moment, dealing with own Mount Doom, installing a toilet. Oh hey, I've installed a toilet before, have fun. You can do it, I believe in you. Gamba, thank you for stopping by. No, I didn't eat it. I didn't eat it already. You guys ate it. I heard from a very trustworthy source that you ate it all. Actually, you betrayed me and you ate it all. Do you remember the taste of taters? I can't even remember it. I can't even remember it. Before we get started though, the voice audio is a little low. Really? What the heck? I am like infinitely closer to the mic than I usually am, so that is unexpected. But I turned it up. I'm not close to losing it. I don't understand audio stuff. I really don't. I was told to get closer to the mic. I did it, and now I'm softer. So who knows? Maybe I'm talking softer, like subconsciously, because I'm closer to the mic. That's the only way it makes sense in my head. Anyways, I'm trying to say something. Before we get started, I do want to address the elephant in the room, or should I say the Oliphant. Oh my gosh, there's an Oliphant! Mr. Frodo! There's an Oliphant in the room! Oh my... Gray as a mouse, big as a house, nose like a snake. I make the earth shake as I tramp through the grass. Trees crack as I pass. With horns in my mouth, I walk in the south. Flapping big ears, beyond count of years. I stump round and round, never lie on the ground. Not even to die, Oliphant am I. Biggest of all, huge, old, and tall. If you ever meet me, you wouldn't forget me. If you never do, you won't think I'm true. But old Oliphant am I, and I never lie. Wait a minute. What is this? Mr. Frodo, what is this? That's not a flesh and blood creature, it's like mechanical. What is this made out of? Wow. Oh my gosh, it's an abomination. This must be the work of Saruman. Wow. Go away. Enough of you. Anyways, let's start our march. I'm gonna start my journal and then I'm gonna start the timer. Hold on, let me get my timer set up. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I actually I didn't have my timer up. Oops. But I do now. Okay. Okay. And let's go. I gotta get it up to 4.5. All right. Wow. We're on our way. It's a countdown. I need to move it over a little bit, don't I? Wow. Plastic Oliphants are indeed strange beasts. Horrible beasts. Horrible, horrible. I'm a sycophant for the lady and her Lego elephant. Today was the first semester, and this environment expressed how my day went. Wait, am I mixing people up, or are you the physics teacher? That would be why. It's all physics' fault. Maybe you should teach something practical and cool, like math. Oh, that's cool. Releases my Legolas onto the battlefield. No! Didn't you know the enemy of all Oliphants are lithe elven men? Runie, I know this is a big moment for you and all, but can I trouble you with a question? It pertains to mimes. I won't be taking questions about mimes, but I have a few questions for you about wigs. And I will entertain questions about wigs and nothing else. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I would like to formally apologize for anything I might have said last stream. I meant every word I said, and we'll do it again. Well, see, now you've given me the challenge of remembering what the heck you, like, what did I even stream last? Oh, was it Have You Von Witch? What did I do? Oh, it was Boss Baby. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. I mean, I don't remember what you said, but if it was nice stuff about Boss Baby the movie, then yeah, you better have meant it. You better have meant it, you fool. I won't let you take your words back, you coward. Yeah, the Boss Babians have arrived. Shh, they can't find me. This is a very important journey. I've got to reach Mount Doom. I gotta. You guys are being so tsundere. Blackbird full cover win. Oh, I don't know. I've sang it before though, I think, for karaoke or something. Wow. Or was it like a secret karaoke maybe? I can't remember now. I need a head count of the runatics that survived the Boss Baby Battle Palooza. How are your arms, by the way? Ah, screw it. I'm hopping on my treadmill too. Let's go! You're like a golem chasing after me. Yeah, you can get on your treadmill, but don't go too fast. You guys stay a little bit behind me. Fate demands it. Normally I would be exercising with you, but today I have to substitute assembling my new exercise bike. Hope that's acceptable. Have fun putting together your bike. I think building stuff like that can be really fun. Hello! Thank you very much. Has Perona ever held onto the ring? Absolutely not. No. Perona understands that it would be really dangerous for her to try to handle the ring. Yeah, and Perona is truly powerful enough as it is. She doesn't need... Yeah, all would love and fear her. So if you're carrying the ring, when do we get to carry you? When I'm too tired. When I'm so tired I can hardly walk. And I fear that this is the end. And all hope is lost. Then, and only then. Too bad for you guys, that's never gonna happen. Lunatics. Ah, suckers. You think I'm gonna get too tired to finish this? 4.5 miles? I could do that hopping on one leg. I'm gonna have to carry you guys. That's what's gonna have to happen. I could not lift them above my hips Monday, but they are good now. Now today I decided to kill my legs and said, let's go, leg day. Squats, deadlifts, leg presses, lunges. Get to it. Don't forget to set your treadmill to a 10-degree slope. Oh my gosh, wait, I wish that I could. My treadmill is like a really simple one because it just like slides in and out from under my bed. So really? I actually can't, changed the slope of it, but that would have been really cool. That would have been very immersive for me. Okay, one leg then. I've been on one leg this whole time. What? Are you going to tell me I'm lying? Can you prove I'm not? Can you prove it? I don't think so. Yeah. XX to you too. So I had a lot of ideas for stuff that I could do during this stream, but I don't know. I was a little bit down in spirits, so it didn't happen. But I thought, you know what I could do that I haven't done yet, which is talk about War of the Rohirrim. Because I haven't talked to you guys about it yet. So I thought I would tell you what I thought about it. I struggled with my critiques for this because it really felt like, at first it just felt like one of those things where the writers can't win. But it's not that. It's not that. It's gonna sound like that at first, but then let me explain myself. Because remember how I was very concerned and kind of annoyed and tired of the idea that they were just gonna turn Hera into like that very stereotypical like tough woman where she talks gruff and doesn't want to wear dresses and is a little bit wild and like, I don't know, I just thought, can you do something more nuanced than that? It's just so lazy. Everybody does that. And I was surprised that they really didn't go fully into that direction. But I think the result was really boring. You gotta let me explain myself here. I have a theory. I have a theory. Okay. Because I remember seeing interviews with the writers pretty early on. First of all, I think Hera was gonna have a different name at first. They changed her name at some point during the writing process. But also, I feel like the way that they spoke about her in those early interviews that I watched was like exactly what I was describing. Like she was going to be wild and like, you know, exactly what I described. Like that stereotypical girl boss character that you see over and over again. And then I watched the movie and that's really not what you get. I think this is my theory is I think there was an original version that leaned much more into that stereotype, and I think they got some feedback and were like, okay, we gotta rein it back. But it ended up just being really confusing to watch because there's still a lot of lines in the movie about how wild she is, how untamed she is. Like she has this reputation, like people talk bad about her. She's a wild princess. She doesn't like conform, you know, and she's not ladylike or whatever. But you don't really ever see that. Even when she's doing quote unquote wild things, like she's very well presented. Her hair is not messy. Her clothes are not messy. Yeah, she's wearing pants, but it's like a very like put together matching pants. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like she does not present in any of the ways that people are talking about her. She never really talks gruffly to anybody. In fact, she's pretty soft-spoken and reserved in her speaking and how she addresses people. So I'm just like, I feel like there's this huge disconnect between the way that the movie tells me she is and then how she actually acts. And the only thing I can imagine is that there must have been some edits, like last minute edits to the story to kind of revamp her, because it doesn't really seem like the character that I was being sold in early interviews. Yeah, War of the Rohirrim. It's just kind of weird. It just kind of stinks because she does like I didn't want her to be that stereotype. So my initial reaction was kind of glad that we did get to see her be a little more ladylike. But then on the flip side, I do feel like it hurt the story because her actions and her personality didn't really line up with the way other characters talked about her, which was a little weird. And then also, she just ended up being really boring. It's not like they took that part of her character away and gave her a different character. It's like they just took that part of her character away and she ends up being really flat. Like, I don't even know how to describe her. Brave? Okay, well, you can use brave to describe almost every character in the movie. Like, it's just so bland. She doesn't have a personality. So, I don't know. I hate to complain about them toning her down because I wanted them not to do that. But at the same time, like, I still want her to have a personality and a character that's distinct to her. The story that's there was made for the Hera they wrote back with the reviews. And then they changed her but didn't have time to change the story to accommodate the new one. That's exactly what I think happened. That is my guess. That is my conspiracy theory. Because I really feel like the writing felt very disconnected to me. And I also, I don't know. Overall, I did enjoy it. You guys, if you've seen it, you know what I'm about to say, but there was one scene in it that I really, really hated. That was just so, oh my god, it was just ham-fisted, did not fit, did not need to be there. Fan service, question mark, because the fans didn't want it. But anyways, they put the, I don't even want to talk about it. It sucked. It sucked. I really hated that whole scene. It was just so unnecessary. But I also felt like they were really, really hesitant to show Wolf's struggles. There definitely seemed to me like they wanted you to sympathize with Wolf because he had been a victim of racism, but also they did not under any circumstances want to depict or talk about racism at all. If that makes sense. They seem to really, really, really want to avoid it entirely. So you just get like lines here or there and like suggestions that like Wolf had it hard and that people were racist towards him or whatever. But they never really stick to it. And then because you never see it, it just makes you feel like Wolf's just like either delusional or making it up or being really dramatic, right? I don't even think the movie needed to be an hour longer. I think they just needed to cut out a lot of stuff. Like I just said, like they had this whole big, long, drawn-out fight scene with a creature that didn't need to be in the movie and had nothing to do with the plot, right? They could have just cut that out and instead showed me some more background on Wolf and his dad, right? Like, I feel like they could have just made cuts here and there and still told like a good, well-rounded story. But they really rushed through the character moments to do more action moments, which was really unfortunate, especially in a story like this where the characters are kind of complicated. And especially if you're trying to make a villain that's like somewhat likable or relatable, if you want it to be like a tragic scene. Yes, I'm talking about The Watcher in the Lake. Then I feel like you need that time to really develop that character and their background. And they just kind of don't at all. So you don't really end up feeling for Wolf very much, which was such a missed opportunity to me. But I do wonder if the reason that they were hesitant is because they really wanted Helm Hammerhand to be a likable character. So I think that they were afraid to make him look a racist. That's just my take on it. I think they were really afraid to make him look racist, so they just pulled back a lot, and it just ended up being very muddy. And I'm also gonna say this. I don't care, it doesn't bother me, but I do wonder if they made Freyalof dark-skinned because they were worried people would think that Hammerhand was racist, and they were like, well, we'll make one of his family members dark skinned. So like clearly he's not racist. He cannot be racist. But I just don't think that they needed to do any of that, man. Helm Hammerhand in the original story is not a like 100% likable story, like likable character. Like he has his downsides and he's wrong. He does a lot of bad things, stupid things. I think it's okay to show flaws in him and show them clearly. But I don't know, it felt like they didn't want to do that with him. I think because they wanted to have that big epic moment with his death. But I feel like you still can show a character's flaws and then still have an epic moment. In fact, it might be even more epic. But you have to put in the work. Like, that's hard to do. That takes good writing. But I felt like they just didn't want to even try. Just my take on it. I mean, yeah, Boromir. She's definitely more nuanced. As for the meaning behind the nuance, I don't know. They played it very safe. Hammerhand has a better character arc than her, not gonna lie. She doesn't really have a character arc, in my opinion. Like, she doesn't really change from the beginning to the end. It really sucks. But you're right, Hammerhand does. He actually does have a character arc. I'm sorry, Miss Rooney, but Gyaruni asked for that ring. Unsheathed swords, nothing personal, evil woman. You really think you could defeat me? That's cute. That's really cute. That's adorable. How about this? I know a secret path that you can take. It's really cozy. And I have a really good friend. She lives up there. And she'll treat you real good if you want to take that path. And then I bet you'll even beat me there. And let me say this, if you beat me there, then I'll give you the ring. Yeah. It's a secret path. She's super nice. You're gonna love her. Yeah, I'll show you the way. I'll show you the way. So here's what I want to say about War of the Rohirrim. Is I've thought a lot about what I would do if it were me. And I've come up with what I think I would have done. I feel like I'm gonna get so out of breath talking this much and walking at the same time, but it's okay. So I'm gonna walk you guys through the story as I would have told it if it was me. Yeah, if I was in the writer's chair. To be honest, I haven't watched War of the Rohirrim, but I heard the movie might be a loophole to keep the rights to the IP. Oh yeah, I've heard stuff about that too. Loophole or not, I don't want to be too harsh on it because it's way better than some other Middle-earth adaptations that we've gotten recently, so I don't want to be too harsh because overall it really isn't that bad. But I'm gonna nitpick it to heck and back because I can, and I like to do it. I get joy from doing it, so that's why I'm gonna do it. If I was going to write War of the Rohirrim, and I was going to focus the story on the unnamed daughter of Helm Hammerhand. Wow! And I'm gonna try to keep this as close to what they did as well. And I want this to be a girl power movie, but I also want it to have some of the same core themes and values expressed in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is what I would do. Is Hera would actually be in love with Wolf, and Wolf in love with Hera. They met when they were kids. They were instantly pals. She's super rough and tumble. They fought together. They practiced swordsmanship together. They were little childhood sweethearts. And they, everything's good, wonderful, yay. Then people find out that they're hanging out together. And this is not okay. And this is actually the origin of the bad rumors that start about Hera, because people are racist and they don't like that she's hanging out with Wolf. And so they think that she's uncouth and, they don't like it. And so they come up with a nickname for her, they call her the wild princess or whatever you want it to be. And her dad doesn't like that because he like that worries him, because for him and her future, like, he wants her to be safe, etc., etc. He doesn't want her to have this reputation, and so he basically puts his foot down and is like, you can't play with Wolf anymore. So they end up having to like meet in secret and stuff, but basically they can't be together. Yeah, think a little bit Romeo and Juliet. It's a little bit Romeo and Juliet, right? So they haven't met each other in a long time. And then same thing happens like it does in the movie. Wolf and his dad show up. I'd like for you to get a scene where you can see that Wolf and his dad have a good relationship, something where they're joking with each other, kind of poking at each other, and then have his father say something about, like, you know, as they're on their way there to propose, be like, you know, this is such a great opportunity, I'd love to see you on the throne one day. And have Wolf be like, Dad, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm in love with Hera, like, I don't, like, that's not what that's about for me. And his dad kind of brushes him off. So you already see, like, there's a little bit of tension there. And there is some ill will potentially brewing with his dad, right? Yeah, casual manipulation, some tension. But then also you kind of already get that they're close to each other. That's why I want them to have, like, the poking and teasing scene, because I want it to hit harder when he dies, right? As it is in the original, I mean, he just dies and you don't know how they feel about each other. You just know that's his son. Like, they could hate each other for all you know. So it just doesn't mean anything. It's just so unimpactful when his dad dies. So I want to change that. Anyways, Wolf shows up, asks for Hera's hand. Hera would have loved to have said yes. And she wants to say yes, but she knows that she can't. So she looks to her father. So she actively makes the decision to not speak up for herself because she knows it's not her place. And she thinks that her father knows best. And he said that this isn't what she should do. And she holds back on purpose. And Helm Hammerhand's like, nah, it's not happening. Actually, I'm marrying her off to somebody off in Gondor. Wolf is shocked and appalled and very, very upset. Their dads go off to fight, right? Hammerhand kills him. People just coming into the stream are going to be so confused. I'm so sorry. Not a good stream for bringing new people in partway through. Goldman. But, so he dies. Wolf is devastated. He attacks Hammerhand. He gets banished. Hera is devastated. This is just the worst day of her life. That's literally the man that she loves. And now her dad has killed his father and banished him. And they're gone. And she doesn't even want to go to Gondor and marry somebody. That's like worst nightmare for her. But she feels like she has to do it, and she feels like her dad knows best. Blah, blah, blah. So then I think it would be nice if we actually got to see scenes of Wolf actually surviving in the wilderness and surviving throughout his banishment, so that you can really understand kind of the hardships that he's gone through and him coping and doing a really bad job of coping with losing his dad and really getting steeped in anger and really getting obsessed with the idea of revenge and thinking that he has to get revenge, and also that thinking he needs to do this for Hera as well. Hera, in the meanwhile, is looking for him everywhere. She is looking for him everywhere. And I think that there could be a really, really cool scene. I have this idea for a scene in my head. So you know how Wolf has his advisor? I forget what his name is. I imagine that he watched them even when they were little kids. So he's watched Hera grow up too, knows that they're madly in love with each other. So she finds him and is like, you gotta take me to Wolf. Like, I've been looking everywhere. Like, is he okay? I've been so worried. Like, you have to take me to Wolf. And this is your first hint that, like, maybe something's really not going well, because he doesn't want to take her. He's very hesitant to take her. But you can also feel that he feels fatherly towards her as well. Like, he watched this girl grow up. He knows how much they care about each other. He also knows that, like, he can't really say no, because Wolf would have wanted him to bring her. But so he does. Then there could be this really cool scene where, as she's being brought to Wolf, you kind of see her processing, because she's seeing the war camp and she's having to process worry and confusion and suspicion as she starts to piece together what she's seeing in front of her, alongside the joy and relief that she has to finally see the person that she loves again. And she's having to deal with both things at the same time. So then she finally meets with Wolf, and at first it's like, oh my gosh, they're so glad to see each other, blah, blah, blah. And then she's kind of like, you know, like, what's going on here? And Wolf is just kind of crazed. He's like, this is perfect. I thought I was going to have to rescue you, but you came to me. This is wonderful. We're going to go in. We're going to kill your dad. We're going to take over. We'll rule it together. And Hera's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to need you to roll that back a bit. Because she doesn't want to kill her dad, obviously. And this is the point where she realizes, like, they're not on the same page. Because for him, this is, like, what he has to do. It's not a question. He killed his dad, so now he must kill Hammerhand. And also, he would be saving her, because he doesn't even care about Hera. He was going to sell Hera off, send her away. He kept them apart, even though they love each other. So, like, to him, it just seems so clear as day, but she doesn't go along with it. And when she doesn't go along with it, he just, because he's losing it already, gets super, super frustrated, outbursts on her, is being completely unreasonable. And then they have this nice moment where Hera realizes that he can't let her leave, and Wolf realizes that she can't stay, and so they have to fight each other. And they agree, kind of like what they do later on in the actual movie. They agree to fight, and she's like, basically, if I can best you, you have to let me leave. And Wolf is like, ha, pff, you've not beat me since we were kids, right? So then as they're fighting, you get a flashback to them fighting as kids. They did this in the actual movie, which I really liked. But what you see in the flashback is that it gets to a point where Hera is winning the fight. And Wolf is clearly not taking it well. He's aggravated, he's getting super aggressive with her, and she can tell that she's hurting his pride. Like, you see it on her little face, realizing that she's hurting his pride, and she loves him. So she throws it. In the past, she throws it and lets him win. And then in the future, she does it again. She still can't do it. She throws it and lets him win. This will come back up later. So then I think keep it the same. Freyalof and her handmaid come in and save her. That's all good. So she does get out, but she doesn't get out by beating him. Anyways, no, I think he should have lost an eye while he was being banished or something, or from abuse that he got as a kid. I think that would have been better. Okay, so they leave. Then she's kind of talking to Freyalof, and it's the same scene that they have in the movie where basically they're like, hey, we need to do this because he's got a lot of people, like, you don't understand Hammerhand. And Hammerhand is just like, nope, we're gonna do it this way. So Hera has the second big moment, I guess maybe the third at this point, where she really wants to speak up and she really wants to support Freyalof because she also thinks that that's the best strategy. But she also knows that it's not her place, and she trusts her dad. So again, you see her make the decision not to speak up. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? She makes the decision not to speak up and let her father do it, because he's her father. He's her superhero. Like, he is God to her. She lets him make the decision. He makes the wrong decision. They go into the battle. It's awful. It's not going well. Okay, so then I think in the battle, the way I would like to see it go down is I did like the betrayal. So she figures out the betrayal, and she figures out that they need to evacuate the people. But this is really tragic. This is a tragic decision of mine, but I want her to falter again because her dad's not there to make the decision, and it's not really her place to do it. So she's like, I think everybody should evacuate, but I'm just not sure. And she hesitates. And because she hesitates, not everybody actually makes it out. Because I want to see women dying in this battle. And I want to see women dying in this battle because it adds gravity to Éowyn's lines later on. You watch this scene in this movie, women absolutely defenseless dying, and then you hear Éowyn say, women learned a long time ago they can die to a sword. I can't quote it from memory. But that's why. Because I think it adds, like, I think when you're making a prequel like this, that's the best thing to do, is to add things that elevate the existing material so that when you watch them, you understand it better and it hits harder. Anyways, so that's what I would do. Some of the people do die. Some of them do escape. And I think it's in defending them and like helping those like some escape that both of her brothers get killed. So I'm totally deleting the scene where her one brother's on like the slow horse and then Wolf like executes him. All of that was dumb. Hated every second of it. We're not doing that. They just both die valiantly in battle, protecting the people. Helm barely makes it out. Helm's not doing good at this point. He's like not doing good. They're retreating to the Hornburg, and then Hera is like, she finally gets her breaking point because she knows what they need to do. She knows that they're never going to survive a holdout there. The winter's coming. Like, so many of their people have died. She knows they need Freyalof. And if they're going to get Freyalof, they're going to have to send somebody. And they can't send a big party because it's going to be too obvious and they're going to get caught. They need someone fast, the fastest rider that they have, and that's her. And so finally she stands up and she just is like, this is what's going to happen. So you see her finally take control. It doesn't matter to her anymore that it's not her place to make that decision. She's just like, I'm doing it. Like, I'm going to get Freyalof. I'm going to sneak off by myself to go get Freyalof. And Helm Hammerhand finally has that moment where he realizes that she's been right all along. Like, he should have just let her marry him. He should have, listened to her advice other times. Like, he should have been taking her into account and asking her opinion. So then you can still have that really touching scene where he's like talking to her while the gates are closing and he's telling her that she's like the future of her people. You can still have that, but you have it right here before we ever get to Helm's Deep. But what about the eagles? Exactly. We're cutting out the eagles. No eagles. We don't need eagles in this. It was stupid. It was weird. I didn't like it. No eagles. Hera does not go there. She's never there. We don't get the eagles. Okay? So she runs off. What we will still get, though, is something similar to the scene where Helm sees his son get executed, but this time what it's going to be is there's like a really close call where Wolf does see Hera leaving and he tries to catch her, but she's too fast and he can't. And so all he gets is like her cape or something like that. And so then they show that to Helm from like outside the wall. And so Helm thinks that Hera is also dead. He thinks that all three of his children are dead. And that's when he snaps. And he becomes a wraith, essentially. But she's actually alive. And she gets Freyalof, brings him back with the whole army. Then you get the really awesome battle scene. If you want some action in the movie, they could really go ham at this part. Action, action, action. And then I think you have to have the final altercation between Hera and between Wolf. And they're fighting each other. But this time, she doesn't let him win because she knows that she can't. And I also want there to be some dialogue basically about because basically I want Wolf to say something along the lines of, like he has to do this for revenge, and like she must understand because he killed her brothers. Like, doesn't she understand that this is all about revenge and there is nothing he could do? And she's basically like, no, you don't have to get revenge. Revenge is a choice. And I'm not here because I'm choosing to be here. I'm here because I have to protect my people, because you haven't given me the choice. This is an obligation, and that's the only reason I'm fighting. Basically, to hammer home the idea, which I feel like is very Tolkien, of picking up arms when you have to. Not for glory or for honor, but really just to protect the people that you love. It's kind of like anti-war a little bit, right? Anyways, so they fight. She doesn't hold back this time. She beats him. And I think it's very important that he's the one that says it. Because I think if she says the line, it comes off kind of lame. So I think that instead it should be Wolf, that when she defeats him, he's the one that realizes. He's the one that's like, you've let me win. You've been letting me win all this time. And he realizes that she's been a better swordsman than him this whole time. And then he just loses it. He's too close to the brink. It's over for him. He can't come back. So instead of doing the honorable thing, he, you know, similar to how they actually do it in the movie, kind of tries to backstab her, blah, blah, blah. And she ends up having to kill him. Or well, I think Freyalof could kill him. I do think Freyalof should kill him. You know what, actually? This is what, I'm going to say this. This is what should have happened, because we can keep it as close to canon as possible. Near the end of that battle, Wolf, after Hera defeats him, Wolf just loses his mind and retreats. He goes with a small group of men and he retreats back to, why is my brain lagging? To the main city. Wow, help me out here. Oh, welcome, Raiders! Welcome, welcome! We're talking about Lord of the Rings. No, not the wild. Why am I blanking? Runetics, you're not helping me out right now. You're not helping me out right now. Not the Hornburg, not Minas Tirith. In Rohan. Edoras, thank you. They go back to Edoras. He goes back. Girl, I ain't seen the movie. That's in the original one. He goes back. He's sitting on the throne. He has the crown. He's just kind of really lost it now. He's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's mine. It's mine. And then that's when Freyalof and Hera have to show up. And then Freyalof does end up being the one to finally kill Wolf. So that still follows the canon as much as possible. It kind of is live fanfic writing. I was rewriting War of the Rohirrim. Anyways, that's what I would have proposed, because I think that would have still been a very girl power movie. It's really about Hera finding her voice and trusting herself, and also learning that, like, because I think maybe I don't know if you guys go through this. I don't know if it's like a girl with her father type situation. But I distinctly remember having to wrestle with realizing that, like, my dad wasn't a superhero. Like, my dad wasn't actually always right, and he couldn't actually do everything, and he couldn't save me from everything either. So, like, it's kind of wrestling with that. Okay, yeah, you guys can relate to that too. Yeah, that's kind of where I want to get with as that. Yeah, it's just a part of growing up. So she's wrestling with that realization, and then also learning to trust herself, her guts, her instincts, and having the courage to do it. And then at the end of the movie, I'm okay with her going off and not wanting to take over and letting Freyalof do it. But we're canceling Gandalf. Gandalf has nothing to do with that. That's stupid. It's stupid. Gandalf is deleted from this movie. The orcs are deleted from the movie. The Watcher is deleted from the movie. We can keep the Mumakills, they were fine. Eagles deleted from the movie. All of that is gone. We're throwing it in the trash and it's not happening. Saruman can stay because that's also lore accurate. So Saruman can stay. See, that was actually fun. That's an appropriate use of that because Saruman really did that. He built a relationship with them and took over Orthanc. So that is a cool nod to the original trilogy. Fans of the trilogy will look at that and go, oh my gosh, that's Saruman, yay. But also, it's not just made up and forced in there for no reason. That's like actually what happened. Dang, that's like half the movie, I know. Okay, whew. Wow. So, you know, I don't have any background in writing. I'm not like an actual writer, so I'm sure there's still a lot of holes and issues with my proposed rewrite. But I just think something like that, it was just fun as a thought experiment, I think, to think of what I would have really wanted to see or what I would have done if I had written it. So, I didn't pass out. Though I am a little bit out of breath. I guess I should say to Raiders, basically what's going on today is I did a walking challenge that was 660 miles. It takes you virtually all the way from the Shire to Mount Doom, following Frodo's footsteps from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I had 4.5 miles left to go, so I'm doing them on stream with you guys. In approximately 19 minutes, I am on a treadmill, and in approximately 19 minutes, I will have finished my 660 miles, and I will be at Mount Doom, and then I will choose whether or not I want to destroy the ring or not. He did walk a good bit longer, so they had 2 different versions of the challenge that you could do. If you did the biking one, then it actually is like the full length of approximately of that he went. I did the walking one, and so it is a little bit shorter. So it's not actually the exact amount that he would have gone. It is, they've shortened it down to a more walkable amount. Because the goal is to be able to do it in a year. Yeah, the thing is like, I'm kind of built different than Frodo. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like Frodo, like, I mean, I just got there a little bit faster. Like, I don't know what to say. Frodo who? Yeah, my legs are a lot longer than a hobbit's, yeah. What would you even need the ring's powers for? Peeping on other phase talents? Obviously not, since women can't be perverts. Yeah, thank you for saying it for me. Yeah, obviously not. You don't worry yourself with what an evil woman would possibly do with the ring. The one ring. You don't need to worry about it. Just lay your pretty little head down. On whatever surface you're watching from, and let all the worries fly away from your mind. On paths of fire and stone, RUNIE is not alone. Using her wings, prone of flaps and zings, they are off to drop the ring. A journey long faring, before them is the mountain, a hot and burning fountain. The runatics hold the dark army, using paper bat origami. Yay! If evil, why are you so nice to the runatics? It's a ruse. It's a ruse, you fool. Okay. Okay, Tom Bombadil. Don't talk to me about Tom Bombadil. I'm still hurt. I'm honestly still hurt. So, unrelated, but as an emo runatic, can we do a March Sadness watch-along playthrough or karaoke? March Sadness? What is that? What is that? RUNIE casually trying to send people to Shelob, the engine of terror that's been a fixture of my nightmares for nearly 2 decades. Evil woman love. I love Shelob! Listen, if Shelob is too scary for you, might I suggest Ungol? RUNIE, please tell me you have the Return of the King playing next to you, so you and Frodo make it to Mount Doom at the same time. That actually would have been smart, and I did not do that. That would have been cool, though. I've got about halfway through the Silmarillion, and I don't know how this would work without a Palantir, but I'd like to see a story where Nienna trauma dumps on someone to make them more heroic. What the heck? Where do you come up with this stuff? Ironically, I would rather see that than a Golem movie, but guess what we're getting? Guess what we're getting? Throw... Oh gosh, I'm really behind on messages, I'm sorry. Throw the ring onto yourself. You're producing more heat from this fire yapping than Mount Doom can ever dream of a decent... What the heck? Was I yapping that fast? Okay, what about Gan Double D off? Is he allowed? 100%. If it's Gan Double D off, all bets are off. That rhymed. Perhaps I am Tom Bombadil. Bombadil. When you're in a competition to present a dissertation while walking on a treadmill and your opponent is RUNIE RUSEDAY. So you like the fanfiction movie? I'm okay with it. I know I just spent a bunch of time tearing it apart, but I did overall find the movie pleasant to watch. Animation could have been better. It was a little disappointing, but I mean overall there were things that I really enjoyed. There were scenes I really enjoyed. I love being in the world of Middle Earth, so it's always fun to see what people will come up with. I would rewatch it, yeah. I would rewatch it. It doesn't have the fondness that like the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy has, but it was okay. I think my expectations were literally so low because I hated the trailers. I hated the trailers. Ooh, buddy, did I hate the trailers. And it was a lot better than the trailers led me to believe. Even the really cheesy line that's like, "To whom are you pledged? Death," makes a lot more sense in context. It's still a little bit lame, but it's less lame in context. Yeah, if you didn't like the trailers, I would still give it a chance. I don't think it's gonna blow your mind, but it wasn't as bad as I feared it would be from the trailer. RUNIE, every single time you come up with another version of something, it's always better. I'm dying to hear about Dr. Stone. Okay, I take back everything I said. Like, yes, I'm not a writer. Yes, blah, 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 blah. So maybe it's not perfect,
Wow.
blah, 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 blah. But my ending for Dr. Stone is better. I have the confidence in it to say it is better. You guys just wait until Dr. Stone ends. Because the rant that I have, the essay that I have about the ending of Dr. Stone and how it should have been better. I love Dr. Stone though. I am really enjoying the current season. I've only seen 1.3 Lord of the Rings, but how did you manage that? So I have no idea what any of that meant. I don't like fantasy that much, but I suppose I could be convinced to watch the trilogy if you did a watch-along. Well, one day I will do a watch-along with Miss Lumi. We just have to arrange our schedules. You know, we just have to find, what is it, like 12 hours? We just have to find half a day where we can binge them. RUNIE has a whole extra inch on Frodo. I'll have you know that I'm a lot taller than a hobbit. I'm 1 inch taller than you. You did it in heels too, right? Yeah, I did. I did it in heels. I don't need invisibility to peep. I can peep perfectly fine just how I am. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I believe you. I'm proud of you. Fun fact, when the Peter Jackson movies top trump cards came out, Éowyn was 5'8", Gimli was 5 foot, and Aragorn was 6'4". The internet now says Éowyn's 5'5", Gimli's 4'6", Aragorn's 5'11", and Thorin is 5'2". Huh. I wonder why they changed the heights then. Are you gonna end up like Golem? No. No. You might. Not me. Congrats on 100,000 views on Apostate. Easily my favorite song last year. Evil Woman Love. Thank you so much. Thank you. Expectations are the thief of joy. Yeah, so just no expectations from now on. I'm having no expectations. Own Mount Doom beaten. Toilet installed. Fair warning to anyone. Make sure water line can reach new toilet. Otherwise, you'd have to go out for a new one. No. I'm glad you got it installed and working. That's awesome. Speaking of excellent world building series, any thoughts on One Piece chapter 1138? The devil's is gonna run the and then I can't talk about it, my friend. Honestly, it has my mind spinning, and I also don't want to talk about it. I know I spoil One Piece casually pretty frequently, but we've been getting some information that's like actually humongo spoilers. And I really don't, like I genuinely don't want to spoil those for anybody, so I am gonna try not to talk about it. Each extended edition of the movies is about 4 hours long and in 2 parts. Would Lumi be up for it? I think she's done it before with her fan base, right? So we would just be doing it together this time? All right. We're almost there. We're almost there. That's the most restraint I've ever seen from you, because that's how serious it is. Like if I had been spoiled for that, I really would have felt very sad. So I'm not gonna spoil it. That's also why I haven't been able to. I threatened on my side Twitter that I was gonna retweet a ship art that would upset people, because I just like to see you guys suffer. But then I realized it's a spoiler, so I can't. And so you're safe because it's a spoiler. Well, here's the thing: it's a spoiler. I can only retweet it if I could tag it. But it's rude to quote tweet somebody's artwork and throw a tag on it. Like it's rude in general to quote tweet somebody's artwork most of the time, because then you take away all those likes and interactions you get on it isn't on their original post. So I know most artists prefer that you just retweet it or respond to it and not quote retweet it. So I don't want to quote retweet their art and then put the spoiler tag on it. So you're safe for now. You're safe for now. For now. You mean the mom thing? I don't know what you're talking about. No! Could split the extended editions over 3 Saturdays. We could, but I feel like that's not as fun. Don't you kind of want to binge them? It's not the same if you don't binge it. We have to binge it, you guys. Wow. I can imagine Lumi and maybe Sheena watching it with you. Yeah, if I know Miss Lumi said she would watch it with me. If Miss Sheena would watch it with me, well, then it would be me and 2 beautiful star women watching Lord of the Rings together. Amen. I'll drink to that. It does sound a little dangerous. Oh, I meant to tell you guys, so randomly while I'm trying to set up for the stream, my mouse stops working again. It was doing the exact same thing that it was doing when it wasn't working before, where it was just like drifting. So I did all the same things I did last time. I changed the batteries, didn't work. I put in a new mouse, so like a different mouse. It was doing the same thing with that mouse. I unplugged, replugged, tried a different USB port. Then I tried to update the drivers. They're like, oh, the drivers are up to date. I restarted my computer. None of that worked. But then I noticed when I was looking at the like update drivers thing, it opened up just like my general Windows update. And it said my Windows was completely updated, but there was like a patch. Yeah, my controller was off. It's not plugged in. So there's like a patch. So I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go, Windows. Fine, Windows. I will install your patch because I'm desperate. And turns out that the patch, after I installed the patch, it did. Now my mouse works again. So I don't know what to say about that. It works now. Knock on wood that it'll keep working. A friend of mine and his wife watch the extended trilogy every year in January. They cook themed dishes to go along with each movie. Me and my mom did that. Not this past year, but the year before. If you look way back on my Twitter, you can see all the meals that we made. So we made all the Hobbit meals. It was a mistake. I can't eat that much food. We meet again, evil woman. That path you showed me had some stupid spider living there. Well, was living. I'll take that ring now. Ha! 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 You don't realize you're a ghost? I don't know what fantasy you cooked up in your head, but you're literally see-through right now. You're a spirit. You're a wraith. Pfft, killed Shelob. Yeah, right. You're literally dead. You're dead. Look, you don't even have feet. I could give you the ring, but it would just fall right through your silly little ghost body. Yeah, so. Alright. We're so close. 4 minutes. How can you see me then? It's like the ghostly outline. You know what? Don't act dense. You know what I'm talking about. The ring feels really heavy. It's so heavy. It's like an oliphant heavy. It's like 2 oliphants heavy. Oh, man, my rune magic is really struggling to hold it up. Oh, man. It could fall over at any moment. You can carry it for me. No! It's mine! How dare you try to take it from me, my precious! I was being sarcastic. It's not heavy at all. In fact, it feels like it was made for me. It feels like it wants me to keep it. No, you can't carry me. No, no, no. I don't need your help. Wow. I can't carry it, but I can yeet you and the ring into the volcano if need be. Wow. Rude. I can give you some olives for it. Now, I do like a good olive. I do, in fact, enjoy a good olive. As much as I admire Tolkien, wow, I feel like the tale of Turin Turumbar is a bit beyond my taste. Best keep it away from Rhea and Leah. Wait, is this my in? Is this how I get Rhea and Leah to be like super into Tolkien lore? You've given me an idea. It's my hook. Oops pushes her into the lava along with the ring. You guys really have confidence. You guys really think that you can just do whatever you want. You think you can just send me a message and then that's the rules of the universe. You don't realize that I'm the rules of the universe here. This is my stream. Oops pushes her into the lava along with the ring is what you mean to do, but oh no, you missed me entirely and you stumbled and now you're just falling to your death all by yourself and you look stupid. See? This is that. I can just say that. That's what happened. It's the truth now. I spoke it into existence. Oh my gosh, 38 seconds. Here we go, here we go. We're almost there. Is that the last chapter of One Piece down there? What? Last chapter of One Piece? Cannonball! Cannonball! What if? What if? Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! We've made it! Oh wait, I can stop walking now. Wow, I did it! Yay! 660 miles and I have made it to Mount Doom. Wow. You know what? Something just occurred to me. I know why I was quiet. I had my gain turned off. Oops. That's why, even though I was close to the mic, it was quiet. I see. I was playing with the filters earlier and I forgot to turn them back on. That's my bad. Eehee. Oopsie. Oopsie. The vampires thank you for keeping the ring alive. You think I'm gonna let vampires exist if I keep the ring? The second this ring goes on my finger, all vampires cease to exist. Even idols. Even idol vampires. Good news, when Gollum bites the ring off your sixth finger, you still have 5 fingers to work with. Too bad about the third arm, though. Nobody talks about the third arm. Don't make us summon Gandalf the White. He'll never get here in time. Oh, she's right. I'm literally fell down. I'm burning right now. Oh no! Oh no! Wow! Let me pour some water on you. Oh gosh, that's like a 3rd-degree burn right there. Whew! Ouch! You're gonna want to go to the hospital. I think you might be okay. You know, skin grafting has really made leagues of progress in the scientific field. You know. Wow! You'll be fine. Spit on it. Rub some dirt in it. Nazro, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Gifted memberships, whoo. Gifted memberships, hooray. Gifted memberships, hooray, hooray. Gifted memberships, wow. Make sure you say thanks now. Wow. Gifted memberships today, hooray. You would hold me from falling into the lava, right? If you beg. Mike was at the top of Mount Doom. Wow, so clear now. Not me, half out of breath on a treadmill, yapping up a storm with none of my filters on. Dude, that audio must have been so scuffed. You must destroy the ring, Miss Fernie. Samwise. Should I? Should I? What do you guys think? I'm not sure. Wow. You're gonna toss the ring into Mount Doom, right? I'm not sure. Should I? Should I? Is that what you really want? Or, in place of a Dark Lord, you could have the Black Rose Apostate, and I shall not be dark, but beautiful and terrible as the morning and the night, fair as the sea and the sun and the snow upon the mountain, dreadful as the storm and the lightning, stronger than the foundations of the earth. All shall love me and despair. Wow, just kidding. I'll get rid of it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Really? Doop. Bye-bye. It's gone now. Wow. Oh, there we go. I don't need the ring. The thing is I can already control a whole army of demons. Wow. And paper pushers, and I don't even need the ring. So, yeah, it can go. Sauron can go. You beg to differ, that's cute. Look in your heart, what would Pucky do? What was it, super something fat boss baby do? Save the One Ring and sell it to Post Malone. What? No, it's too late. Chuny. It was a little chuny, wasn't it? I'm ready to serve a dark lady, as beautiful as she is terrible. Runetics? Well, you can still serve her, because I was already evil and terrible to begin with, you see. You could try Saruman's anti-assassination technique by cursing anyone who slays you with instant death. It didn't work for him, but maybe it might work for you. But nobody would even try to slay me in the first place. Right? That ring is unspeakably valuable. If you just toss it into a volcano, you'll be as villainous as Rose from Titanic. I see what you're doing there. Well, you must be very happy because I did throw it in. I did. Wow, we already love you and despair. Exactly, that's my point. Exactly. You're still our evil queen. Can we still have a dark lady? You always have. You must be tired. Have some water, Proto. Hey, what the heck? What about me? Yes, one day I will watch Lord of the Rings with you guys. If anything, reknitted gone for Celebrimbor. For Celebrimbor. Rest in peace, Celebrimbor. I have finally put an end to your suffering. Yeah, he would have wanted it destroyed. What have you done to me? Can you leave them to their fate? What was the line? Do you guys remember? Are you gonna leave them to their fate? Would you leave them to their fate? I can't remember exactly what the line was. You guys remember. Oh, to their doom! That's right. Are you gonna leave them to their doom? Will you? Thank you. Will you abandon them to their doom? Will you abandon them to their doom? Will you abandon them to their doom? Not my Tom Bombadil. My Tom Bombadil would say, would you abandon them to their doom? Something like that, I don't know. He was a merry fellow. Emphasis on the was. Grand elf. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Please don't bring that. Please don't bring that up. Please don't bring that up. I'm in so much pain right now. My heart hurts. "660 miles of walking did not hurt my legs as much as seeing that one chat hurt my heart right now." Gan Double Diolf, I'm thinking about you to restore my sanity. Alright. We did it! Thank you guys so much for joining me for the last leg of my journey. So the app that I did it through, it's called the Conquerors app. They also have an Aragorn one. So you can follow Aragorn's journey instead, because you know he branches off from Frodo once Frodo leaves the Fellowship. So I'm gonna do that one next. Yeah. So I'll keep walking. Do you have to walk 660 miles back? I mean, I guess technically, yeah. Yeah. We gotta go back to the Shire. Our job's not done yet. We have to go defeat that suspicious Sharky. Who's the Sharky person I keep hearing of? In my Shire? Yeah, I'm gonna ride on the back of an Oliphant. Yeah, one of the Oliphants is gonna take me back to the Shire. Yeah, maybe Legolas should have befriended the Oliphant instead of murdering them. Oh, true, I could just ride with the eagles. I mean, why not? Nowadays, you can put the eagles in anything. Why not? Does Aragorn's come with a no-sleep endurance challenge as you chase after Merry and Pippin? Have fun with that one. Holy crap. That would be horrible. You guys know I can't go without sleep. I become so grumpy. We will not leave our friends to death and despair. Let's hunt some orc. I will not do that, but I will break my toe if that's what you guys want. I will kick a helmet and break my toe if that would make you happy. Is that what you want,
Wow.
lunatics? Rings of power makes even the evil apostate look nice in juxtaposition. I know. I know. No, you guys don't. Wow, you're so sweet. One blood-curdling scream, please. It's too late at night. I don't want to do that to my neighbors. Who knew a rock band would be in Middle-earth? Boo! Tomato, 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 tomato. Tomato, tomato. Alright, so as for the rest of the week, I will be streaming on Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to be playing some Devil May Cry, the first Devil May Cry. Hopefully this time it'll go better and I won't turn off my computer in the middle of the stream like I did last time, but we're not going to talk about that. It's Thursday, and then on Saturday, at 6 o'clock we are going to be playing Resident Evil 1 Remake. I am so extraordinarily excited for this. As you guys know, I loved Resident Evil 2, and so I am ready to go back to the start and see where it all began. So we'll be playing the remake of Resident Evil 1 starting on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So very, very excited for that. And then on Sunday, we have Sunday School, aka Sexy Nun School. Salacious, bodacious nuns are waiting for us to slay some vampires. So we're gonna go do that. So that'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern. A Euro-friendly stream. So I'm sorry to those of you who would have to wake up super, super early. Remember, it's always cool to catch a VOD. I love my VOD viewers if you want to sleep. But maybe for some of you, this will be a rare stream that actually is a good time for you. So, Super Bowl party on Sunday too. I didn't even realize it was a Super Bowl. Well, good thing I'm streaming in the morning and not at night. I didn't even think about that. It's like it's fate. It's fate. It'll go well with my morning coffee. Mine too. So, yeah. That's what's going to be happening for the rest of this week. Also, I'll have a Phasmo video for you guys tomorrow since I will be out. I'm not streaming, so I'll have a Phasmo video for you guys. It'll be the weekly challenge. I have it all prepped, I just gotta post it, so that'll premiere tomorrow for you guys. But yeah, for now, it is bittersweet. But I've thought of a very good ending for our story today. And they lived happily ever after. Why did you guys get scared? I was trying to do something sweet. I was just trying to quote. You guys are ridiculous. Bye-bye.